wait until start.
Hi, I'm Arya. Welcome to my organic farm. Let me take you on a tour along it. So first of all, let's go to the beetroot patch. So I just started growing the beetroot. It's been about 3 months since I've sowed it. So they've grown already. So we know that they're ready to harvest when the root comes up over the ground. So once they're over the ground, it's just easy. You can just pluck them out. They're pretty small compared to what you would find in supermarkets. Because the thing is that these are organically grown and they just have a lot of vitamins. They don't have too much of bulk in them. Very sweet and they're very soft. Just pluck a few more to show you. So they just have a tip of the root that stays under the ground. Rest of it is just above the ground for I don't know what reason. So I just have 2 of these here. Let me just put them in the basket. Next I have the cherry tomatoes. So the cherry tomatoes have been growing for some time now. Just show you one. Yeah, so these small, they're very sweet and nice to taste. You can use them just as a salad, as a side for a salad, or just even in a dish like a pasta dish. Just pluck another one and show you. Just 2 minutes. So this is another one. So basically these are very small and they're very sweet, nice to taste. The salad. Over here I have some carrots. So the carrots are not yet grown yet. I've sowed them a little late because it's not really the season for them. The stems have grown but the roots are still not out of the soil yet. They have not come out, so you can't really pluck them. It's only then that you can really pluck them. Right now the roots will be very thin. They'll be long but very thin. I'll just pluck one to show you. There, see? Not very much grown, pretty small there. So that's just one of the, so they're pretty orange and nice to look at. They'd be nice for a salad. Now let's move on to this side of the farm. So first I'd like to show you this. This is called gongura. It might be unfamiliar to you. So I come from Andhra Pradesh in India, and this leaf is used to be, it's usually pickled. It's very nice for, it has a lot of iron, it has lots of vitamins. You make a spicy pickle out of it, tastes really good. Known for it. Now I would like to show you my pumpkin. So I just tried it out once just to see how it would come. In fact, it's actually come pretty nicely. So you can see the pumpkin there. It's pretty small. It will grow soon. It's nice and looks round, not like a pumpkin though. So over here I have bitter gourd. So the bitter gourd is a climber tree. We have it either on a string like this or we have it on an umbrella like that. And we use these mainly because my grandmother likes them and she needs them for health reasons. So first you see them growing into a flower like this, and the flower is then grows into something like a bud like this, and the bud then grows into fruit. Let me just show you the fruit. Yeah, there. One. Yeah. So this is about the size that it grows to. It's organic, so you can't expect too much of a size. It takes about 3 to 4 months for the plant to grow. You can either plant it the seeds or you get the sapling, which you can just tie to a string. Now I'll just show you my basil shrub. So this shrub is pretty small. It actually grows to a proper tree. So they mainly use for seasoning the dishes. You might be familiar with it. But it's also a holy tree for the Hindus. We use it and we put it in front of our house because it's known to ward off evil. And basically they have seeds like this. They dry up. And once the seeds dry up, they fall to the ground and they grow really fast. So it's very well known for being a rogue plant. It grows really fast around the area on which it is put. It's also supposed to have antioxidant qualities. So we use it if we have throat infections or stuff like that. Now over here I have my orca tree, my orca plant. You can see the fruit here. So first you have a flower which is of this size and is about yellow, and is like yellow in color. Then it closes together and clamps to form something of this size. Then they grow to about this size. This is not a fully grown plant. Just going to pluck it, show it to you. Not fully grown, but this is how it looks. You know that when it's fully grown, when it grows a little longer, it will look about the size of the leaf, let's say, about that much. So it is very tender and nice to eat. So It's nice for putting in your sambar or stuff like that. Now over here I have radishes. So I have a huge patch of radish because they grow really well, and for the past 3-4 times that I've grown them, they've grown like crazy. Like right now I just have a whole patch of that. I don't think there's even a single seed which is not actually germinated here. Let me just pluck one and show you the girth of the stem. There. We have the radish there. It's pretty long and pretty wide. It's one of the only organic plants which I think actually grows wide. So the thing is that this is packed with a lot of digestive material, lots of fiber, vitamins and minerals. So it's really good for our body. I recommend that you put this in your gardens. There. So even the leaf of this is actually used by some people to eat. I mean, it's nice. I mean, it's somewhat, it could be used in some way like spinach. It even looks like that. Just put this in my... So the radish grow really well, and it's kind of nice to see them growing like that, because I mean sometimes that's like the only plant which grows, so at least I feel happy that at least one plant is grown. Now over here I have some chilies. So first the chilies first are in white color flowers like this. They look pretty nice too. So then they get germinated into small buds, which then move into a little larger size, about this size. Then they get longer, but they're not spicy at this point. It's only once they get to about this size that they actually get spicy. So this is a very spicy chili. So about 2 or 3 of these are enough for a whole dish. I recommend they don't put too much in it because it might not be good for your digestive system. Just put these. Yeah, so now here I have my tomatoes. So these tomatoes, I've just finished my first harvest on these tomatoes. They usually give about 4 to 5 harvests. And I'll just look for the red one to just show you guys. So these things are really good to grow. They require a lot of manure and a lot of water. So I've not found any red ones. I just keep looking around. The thing is, these things take some time to harvest mainly because the fruit takes a long time to grow. And we also put them next to the chili plants because the fruit gets easily eaten by them because of the ants and the worms that grow near the soil. So I just have them here. Now over here I have my bottle gourd tree. So it's not yet started flowering because it's still pretty young. It's only been like a month or so since we put it. Now you can easily make out the tree by its huge leaves, and you don't have this kind of a leaf shape in any other plant. And we don't yet have any flowers on it. So once the flowering starts, then I'll be able to pluck one and show you. So on this side I have something known as Brazilian lady's finger. This is big and it is mainly used for germinating. Basically these are crossbred between the other lady's fingers, and they're pretty big. Just show you one. These are very big and they usually grown in Brazil and Mexico. And you really can't use them to eat them unless you boil them quite a lot. I'll just show you the inside of them. So they have a lot of really big seeds. So these seeds, once they dry out, I'll show you one. Once these seeds dry out, you can sow them in. They grow pretty easily, but the thing is that these lady's finger require a lot of manure. And this soil just does not hold good for them because they just don't grow that well here. I've been trying to grow them for quite some time, but they don't grow that well. Here I have something called known as these are beans. They will not get grown to their maximum size. It's still pretty small. It's been about a month. It will take another 15 days or so before they grow to their maximum size. So they're really very small and they're very tender right now. Won't be able to pluck any of them. But once they're fully grown, they can be used to, you can just put them as like roast them and just fry them or something. They taste good. Here I have beans. Even these aren't fully germinated. So beans or legumes are good for the plant, are good for the soil because they have lots of nitrogen in them. They increase the nitrogen amount in the soil. So once you plant these, and if you remove and you put some other plant here, it's going to grow really well because of the amount of nitrogen there. Now here I have something which is a local favorite. I don't know the name of it, but it's this is almost like you would say it's another leaf. So these leaves are mainly grown. They put into the Indian dal, and we use them either as a curry, a fry, or you put them into the dal. They taste good. I don't know the name though. Over here we have something called curry leaves. So these are mainly used for seasoning, and this adds a lot of flavor and it's really good for your heart because it has a lot of cholesterol. It has HDL cholesterol and it doesn't prevent the arteries from getting blocked. On this side I have the palak leaves. This is better known as spinach. So it has a lot of vitamins and minerals in it. So we have a lot of it. It's actually almost done with the harvest. We're actually almost done with the harvesting because they're kind of all dying off now. Because they have a life of about 3 to 4 months. After that they begin to dry up. So they're almost done. So we'll be sowing them again. Now on this side I have a few of the larger trees. Like I have a mango tree here. It's about 2 years old. So the mango trees usually take about 3 to 4 years before they actually start giving the fruits. So this is not yet started flowering. Last summer that we had, we saw the flowers that had come. They didn't really germinate into the fruits. So it will take some time before this thing is ready to give us any fruits. So usually the fruits grow on the top side of the plant. We can even see some on that side. And the leaves start to grow a little brown on the top. So that's the mango tree. Over here I have a papaya tree. I'll just pluck a papaya and show you. Just a minute. This is the papaya. So this is the papaya that I have. These are organic again. They're very good for health. They have a lot of vitamins and minerals and they're filled with fiber. So these are the seeded papaya. So usually these days in supermarkets you find papayas without any black seeds in them. Those papayas are known as seedless papayas and they're actually not good because they're not organic. They're actually modified plants that are hybridized and they're not good for health. So I recommend that you eat the organic papayas which have the seeds in them. That's about it actually. That's my farm. I hope you liked it. Now one of the reasons why I wanted to show you this farm is because first of all we need something which is called organic plants. The organic plants are mainly required because right now with the amount of fertilizers that are going into the plants that we are trying to grow, we're using a lot of fertilizers and that's becoming bad for our health. Because of health concerns, I think we should be shifting to organic plants, and that's why I just wanted to tell you, if you have an independent house or even if you have an apartment or someplace where you can just grow a few plants even in pots or even in a small section of your apartment, the balcony, it would be really good because even having a plant like let's say a tomato which you instead of buying from outside which would not be organic, if you grew it at home without using by using normal instead of using fertilizers, using manure, it would actually improve your health by I don't know how much, but it's definitely more of an improvement to your lifestyle. Thank you.